Hello, folks. Reverend CrystalCox here, Goddess Church, Port Townsend. Okay, so this is in regard to the Michael Allmain case, and I believe that, in my opinion and experience, that there is discrimination and that there should be a discrimination case. I intend to file complaints wherever I can at some point. However, I am painting a picture that the Port Townsend Community Page, Wyatt, Ranson, Officer Wendy Davis, the Center Valley Animal Rescue, the Port Townsend or Jefferson County Humane Society, possibly different police, sheriff's office, that they targeted this guy, Michael Allmain, that they had intent to steal his property, which was his dog, which you can see from other threads, and that it is malicious and discriminating against this one man. They're asking him to jump through hoops that no homeless person could. And so I'm painting a picture of what the Port Townsend community at large did to this man. Now, not the whole community, but the people involved. And that they had intent to place a lien and steal his property, which suggests that Michael's testimony and in his interview that someone let the dog off the leash. So they had already been plotting over there on Center Valley Animal Rescue, which you see in the prior videos, to place a lien on his personal property. So to me, that, in my opinion, shows criminal and civil intent to commit a crime, which was to steal someone's property. And the counties involved, the prosecutor's office, all these people, just on hearsay. So what this is going to be about is we're going to go over here to the Port Townsend Community Page. The thread that Wyatt Ranson is his name. I keep calling him Wade in some of my stuff. But the thread that he deleted my stuff and kicked me off Port Townsend Community Page last December because I was giving true and accurate testimony of what I witnessed with Michael. And then he also messaged my one of my friends and associates, which I will share with you, which is how I got the link to that Center Valley Animal Rescue page. He sent it trying to trash me to my associate who lives in Ireland. And so they're all ganging up against Michael Allmain, a lot of the prominent people, police, government agencies, against this one homeless man, vicious intent, hearsay. And so I'm painting a picture to show you what this community did. There'll be pictures of what happened on the Port Townsend Community Page. I have PDFs of all of that and videos. However, those are not posted just yet. What I posted was the Center Valley Animal Rescue thread and some photos of the Port Townsend Conversation page of Michelle Sanchez looking for her spirit animal, which was Michael's dog. And the Port Townsend Community Page, some of the stuff from there. But we will continue. So what this video is going to show you is that at the Port Townsend Community Page, so if you've seen my prior videos, you know that I've said that there was animals at large downtown Port Townsend many times. I moved here in 2012. I've seen at least 100. And I've had some nipping at different people down the street, and I've told the police, and the police just go and tell the guy, hey, put the dog in the truck. They don't take the dog. There's no criminal. There's no nothing. H.J. Carroll Park, I was bit, kind of, nipped and bruised by a dog. The owner said, oh, the dog never does that. Down by Docks Marina down there at Point Hudson, I was chased by a dog. There are dogs at large. There are dogs that escape. There are dogs that are tied to trucks. There are dogs in the backs of trucks. And what I'm alleging is that the law was not applied equally to Michael Allmain. Okay, so what this is showing is that people at the Port Townsend Community Page do care about animals, right? They care about people having pets that are missing and helping find them, okay? And they're compassionate. But when Michael's pet went missing because it got injured, they all ganged up on him, and they have for years. So let's take a look at the Port Townsend Community Page. This isn't going to be all of them. This is just some of a search of the page to show you who they care about and to show a complete discrimination against this one man. Okay? All right, so let's check it out. Okay, Port Townsend Community Page. Aloha, peeps. And again, nothing about the animals or the people involved. Of course she'd put, oh my gosh, have you seen my pet or whatever? You know, it's human decency. But what I'm sharing here is that some of these same people are very discriminating, such as Wyatt Ranson. Okay, so this person, okay, I was just out for an evening stroll. Okay, let me just read it. Aloha, PT peeps. This beautiful pup is probably A-okay and just out for an evening stroll. But just in case, which would be an animal at large, right? So is that illegal and criminal intent? Not trying to get people in trouble. I'm just saying that animals disappear. Why are they so cruel to this man, Michael Allmain? Okay, he's probably okay, just out for an evening stroll. But just in case, we saw him and gave him a treat. Heading north on the corner of Sheridan and Hastings at about 8 p.m. this evening. Sweet. So they put, yeah, sorry, I've seen something else on here. They seen a dog, and they put it on Facebook so the dog's owner could get it, right? So when they found Michael's dog injured, they could have been like, oh my gosh, have anybody seen the owner? The dog needs him, you know, put loving families back together. But instead, they vilified and demonized Michael. And on this same page, because this is where I found out about it, in December of 2020. Port Townsend Community Page is how I found out that they were going after Michael and why I decided to bear witness, because they were lying and I knew the truth. I knew something I'd actually experienced and seen with my own eyes every day for years. And they had hearsay alone. So this woman, very nice woman, obviously, did not call the cops. The dog didn't get taken, threatened to be put down, forced to go to the vet. Why? Because he looks healthy and everything. He wouldn't have looked healthy if he had had an accident. Okay, and so then you have people who care, okay? Okay, did he let you pet him? Just curious. It looks like my friend's dog, but he wouldn't have let you pet him. He barely let my husband pet him, but my husband was holding a bag of doggy treats and feeding him at the time. And then they tagged somebody and said, do you know this pup? Okay, so there's compassion here, right? And I've taken a PDF of all these because I think it's pertinent evidence in a discrimination case. We'll talk about all that later. Okay, so here we have another one. This person says, almost positive I saw a post about a lost Aussie or Border Collie looking very similar to this one. Okay, so this person's got an animal they've found, and they want, yeah, it's Port Angeles, but it's the Port Townsend Community Page. Okay, so there's dogs at large. Are the police called? Do they support that here? Or is this actually compassionate people? I seen a missing dog post for one on... See, Michael's dog was missing. He was frantically looking for it. Even though people say, oh, he wasn't looking, and he didn't even try to get it. Lies. Actual, factual lies. Okay, I believe the person who posted a missing Aussie was the blah, 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 and they have a sign out. Okay, so basically... and people appreciated the help. Okay, they didn't get criminal intent. They didn't get the dog taken and incarcerated. That dog might have ear mites. This dog might have a teeth issue and ear mites. I mean, it might, right? They might be underweight. Got a lot of fluff, but they might be underweight, right? Are these people demonized? Nope. Port Townsend Community Page loves them. And again, no offense to the people. I'm mostly pointing out the discrimination of Wyatt Ranson, the Port Townsend Community Page, and the Lynch Mob that I shared with you at the Center Valley Animal Rescue, if you've seen those videos. ReverendCrystalCox at gmail.com if you have any questions on any of this or would like more documentation. There will be a ton of it. I'm gonna do freedom of information. I'm gonna prove that all the different parties and discrimination and how they went after this man, it is sick. And they're still doing it. Led by now Melissa Plyman, the deputy prosecuting attorney, to vindictively go after this man and his dog. All right, so this is March 10th, and it's a lost dog, a reward offered. Okay, so this woman's dog's lost. Now, no offense to the woman at all. I mean, I love you, love the dog. But this dog might be underweight. This dog might have a skin condition. He might have ear mites. He's at large somewhere. Are you going to go get him and take him to Center Valley Animal Rescue so he can get treated and then force payment on the owners and then put him up for a criminal trial? Is there any sort of equality here? And then we have, oh, Wyatt Ranson gives a crap. Whoa. Please keep us in the loop. We have had a few successful animal stories. Okay? Why does he not care about Michael Allmain? because he believes what was said on the thread. He drug his dog, all these evil things, based on hearsay. And I'm not sure, but I think Wyatt Ranson was either an officer of the law or some sort of detective or something, either now or in the past, or retired or whatever. Not sure. But hearsay all over the page. I provide actual knowledge of something I witnessed every day for years, and they believe the hearsay and they vilify the man. But depending on who it is, see, if you're homeless, you have no voice, you have, automatic assumptions. But Wyatt Ranson, just seems to really be rooting for these people. Okay, I hope you get the dog back, and then, so cute. Okay, so positive, right? Not for Michael. Why? Discrimination? Yeah, in the least. Okay, so this is March 5th. You got these dogs here. Okay, the female dog on the left and the little female on the right were on Beaver Valley Road. Okay, so that would be county. That would be the same as the dog they called Rhodey that was Moses, where he fell out. Okay, the lab mix was trying to cross the road. They're with me now, very sweet and getting along very well. And then she gives a phone number. Okay, so why didn't you call the police? Why didn't these dogs get impounded? Why didn't you force them? I mean, there might be some mange here, some sort of issues with some of these dogs. We don't know. They could be underweight. They could have ear mites. They could definitely have teeth issues. So do they pick these up and then take them to Center Valley Animal Rescue? Or is that just for Michael's dog? Yeah, the dog was injured. He'd had an accident. He went missing. The owner tried to find him frantically. They stole his dog. They didn't let him see it. Imagine your dog suffering and not being able to have your love. And then after that, they've had intent for 2 years to steal his property, which shows in the thread that they planned to place a lien all along. So at some point, there will be a legal case filed. I'm not trying to talk like an attorney, but investigative blogger Crystal Cox is was my MO before my spiritual focus. I know this stuff. I know my rights. I know I can file lawsuits on people's behalves. I can file criminal complaints and civil complaints, and I will be, with all of the evidence in place. And so that this doesn't happen to homeless. And we can see a clear discrimination between people that are homeless and people that aren't. Okay? So I cannot tell by looking at these dogs that they're healthy. This dog doesn't necessarily look healthy to me, but could be his breed, right? The way his fur is doing, it could be a breed. So I'm not going to make any judgment at that. And if I seen the dog at large running around, if he was on the highway and going to get hurt, I would help the dog, right? I might call the Humane Society, I'm not sure, but I certainly wouldn't demonize the owner because their dog escaped, okay? And neither would these people. They're fine. As long as it's not Michael Allmain. I don't get it. Okay, we're Port Townsend Community Page, February. There's this guy. See his ears? I've been around German Shepherds. I don't know. Does he have ear mites? Does he have an issue? Okay, it's a missing dog. They're all cool about it. All the love and everything, and it gets to stay on the page. This is just pointing out the discrimination about Michael's dog goes missing and he's demonized, life ruined, defamed, all of his personal private information released by Jefferson County Humane Society. Some reason his dog's turned over to Center Valley Animal Rescue. Yeah, the dog had an emergency, but they knew who the owner was. He wasn't even a lost dog. They knew who the owner was, and they kept the dog from him. And they're doing it again now, 2 years later. Vicious intent. Criminal intent, I allege. Okay, so we have another one. That's a sweetheart. I love that breed of dog. They're just so smart. But it's okay, right? No problem. Dogs go missing. Dogs are at large. It happens. You don't demonize the owner. That was only for Michael. Okay, that's what I'm trying to show here. Port Townsend Community Page. Missing dog. Cool. Let's help the owner. Okay, so these people here... lost dog. My daughter's sweet boy went missing. So this is last September from 14th Street, Discovery area in Port Townsend. Okay, so the dog is missing. So he's at large, possibly underweight. Maybe has a couple teeth issues. Maybe he needs an eye doctor. No offense, folks. I'm just pointing out that if you don't know, right? So they pick this dog up, they take it to Center Valley Animal Rescue in my fictional scenario here, and then they charge the owner $10,000. What if they charge this owner $10,000? Would they be able to get away with it, or is it just to extort the homeless and to vilify one man? Okay, so if this dog was found, or even if he got hurt or hit on the road, or God forbid anything happened to him, oh my gosh, because he got out of the yard and he got hurt by a car or something, and he ended up at Center Valley Animal Rescue, they would work with the owner. They would love the owner. They would call the owner so the owner could come and comfort the dog. They would not demonize the owner. That was specifically for Michael Allmain. Because why? He's homeless? Because they don't like him? Because they wanted the dog? What the reason is, I'm not exactly sure. But I do know it was vicious, malicious, and discriminating. Okay, so see, people are sweet. Still not home. Called the shelter, putting up signs that were really, really sad. Let's see. Okay, so different people talk about that they're walking. Okay, so this guy says, we live next to Rosecrans off 14th. We're always walking. My wife has seen this fella, but not today. Okay, so that was a dog at large. This dog was at large. That's illegal in Port Townsend. Port Townsend police could have picked the dog up, kept it 14 days, then owned it, neutered it, and charged him $10,000 in vet bills. Blah, blah, blah. But that would have never happened, right? Because there are people who live in houses, and, oh, we would never do that. Wouldn't judge whether the dog's healthy. And if the dog got out and got injured, they just fix it up and get in contact with the owner. But for Michael Allmain, a local homeless man, who was a member of the community for 14 years and left his house to his wife and child and moved into his car with his dog, for him, he's evil. And they vilify and defame and violate his rights. Okay? Okay, we'll keep a lookout. Okay. Someone just found one that looks like Amy's and listed in another group. Okay, so another dog was at large. So they're looking for the owner to help the dog and help the owner. Now, is this because the people live in houses? I mean, maybe it's different people. Maybe the monsters over there at Center Valley Animal Rescue, it's just different. But you can see how it would have worked in a normal society where there wasn't a mob mentality going after this one man based on hearsay. Okay, they'd have been like, oh, your dog's missing. Oh, cool. Let's go help him find the dog. Oh, my gosh. And if the dog was hurt, they'd be like, oh, my gosh, let's help the dog and call the owner quick so it can come love the dog. Their dog's hurt. But not with Michael. And I don't know why. Homeless? Is it his looks? Is it his income? Is it that they wanted the dog? Why did they discriminate so violently against this one man? This clearly shows discrimination by Port Townsend Community Page and Port Townsend community members, and there's probably some crossover people, definitely Wyatt Ranson. Okay, so, yeah, another missing dog. Okay. So they're talking about other missing dogs. I'll keep an eye out. Okay, so called the animal shelter and okay, left their numbers. Well, that wasn't planned. Okay, so yes, people are sending pictures of dogs. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what happened to that, but I just know that there's positive feedback there. Okay, this person says there's a missing dog around Logan and 14th. I think that their name is Demon, or something of the like. I have no other information other than the human is desperately looking for them. So someone's desperately looking for their dog, like Michael was, and some woman's having compassion and trying to help them find it. Not calling the police, not sending let's go find the dog and take it to Center Valley Animal Rescue, and let's, because remember the second time, they just said he's underweight and he's got some teeth issues and some ear mites or whatever. But really they were getting revenge against Michael for the first time that they said that he dragged him, and they were trying to keep the dog the first time. So they've had intent at least over a year. The post was May of 2019 on Center Valley Animal Rescue. You can see those videos. But some of the comments were a year ago. So at least a year ago, they were plotting to put a lien against this man's property to steal it. I allege this is criminal and civil intent. Okay, so tiny Chihuahua, I have no idea. Okay, so yeah, it's a Chihuahua. So dogs running a large in Montana. Sorry, that's where I'm from. In Port Townsend all the time, right? And they want to help find the owner. Okay, this is what decent, loving community people do. In the description, there'll be a link to blog posts and a link to my 6 parts of doing a video on the Port Townsend, on the Center Valley Animal Rescue page, showing that lynch mob and their intent to attack Michael 2 years ago. And then the Port Townsend Community Page did it this time in December. And everything that I did to try to share the truth and what I had truly experienced, Wyatt Ranson deleted because he said that he wanted to present both sides of the story. Makes sense? Absolutely not. Okay, so lost dog ran out of the house on East Marrowstone Road chasing coyotes. Okay, so if he was chasing coyotes and the coyotes injured him and someone found him and took him to Center Valley Animal Rescue or the police, would he have to have a $10,000 bill? Would they put a lien on this owner's dog? No, because they wouldn't get away with it. Because in regular society you can't, but the homeless you can, right? This time they won't, because I am giving a voice to this story. But in general, what? They just thought they could run this man's rights over, steal his dog, vilify him for no reason with no facts, while they're loving to these other people? Lost dog, okay? He's been found, okay, but he was at large. Did they have a fine? Do they have criminal neglect? I mean, does he have some sort of skin condition, or do pit bulls do that? Do albinos do that? Is he underweight for a pit bull? Is he neutered? Should he be neutered? I mean, all of these things are none of my business, right? Right, but why is everybody all up in Michael's business about it all? What I'm showing here is clear discrimination, okay? When a dog goes missing, you help them, owners find it. You put them back together. And if the dog's been injured, then you let the owner know where the dog is so it can lovingly connect with their dog and help it. You don't assume neglect and abuse. You don't bring them up on criminal charges. You don't try to steal their dog, and you don't put a $10,000 lien on it. And the city doesn't charge them $2,500 to pick up the dog and hide it and have all of these emails of, well, we got to get it out of the county. We got to get it away from him. They clearly conspired against Michael, civilly and criminally, I allege. And this Port Townsend Community Page thread shows that what you would do in a normal society, but it also shows discrimination on this very page, because this is where they went at him. They went at Michael. They trashed him. Horrible things. Wyatt Ranson, oh, that's cool, everything's great. But when I come in and defend him, then everything's deleted. I'm banned. People who support me are banned. And then in the name of saying both sides of the story. Sick. Discrimination. Okay? Now what does Wyatt say? Oh my God. We just saw that dog Wednesday evening, probably 8:30, walking on West and East Beach Road with a man. Was he with the man? Was he at large? Because he's missing. So, was there abuse? The dog could have got run over. He could have got hurt. So the owner should be neglectful, right? And abuse. No, I don't believe that. But under the standards they put Michael under are very discriminating. And this man let them attack. Let them hearsay, let them viciously lie about Michael. And when I defended him with actual knowledge, they deleted me, banned me, and then messaged people about me, which we'll go into that in a minute. I'm the problem. Me. Only witnessing, only bearing witness to what I experienced. I didn't go outside of what I didn't know, because I didn't know. I only give witness to what I factually experienced every day and every night for years, and that I'd seen him at Safeway most days. Okay, to what they were saying wasn't true. And Wyatt got rid of me. But for these people, he's like, oh, I care. Send him a private message. Great. We love Wyatt's private message. We'll look at one of those in a minute. Okay, so this guy, Port Townsend Community Page. Okay, just a missing dog. No problem. It's good. That's what you do. That's what you do as a community. Another missing dog. Has he been found? Okay. This dog might be a little mangy. Oh my goodness. He might have ear mites. He might have a teeth issue. Will this person be brought up on criminal charges? Will the dog be taken to Center Valley Animal Rescue and then charged $10,000 lien? Will the city charge him $2,500 to pick it up and not tell him where it is? No, that's only for homeless people and vendettas. Okay, this guy, ooh, is he underweight? The puppy was found. Is he yours? Looks a little underweight. It's a big-headed lab. Might have some teeth issues in there. Some ear mites. Okay, so lost dog showed up yesterday. Cape George, blah, blah, blah. Okay, no comments. But was these, what happened here? The outcome is, it doesn't really matter necessarily at this point. It matters that the Port Townsend Community Page would post this. Okay, that's what decent human people do. They post it and try to find the owner. Okay, but instead, Michael's dog, they vilified the man. They demonized the man. They separated them. They put them both under emotional torment that's almost killed them both. And the Port Townsend Community Page, ran by Wyatt Ranson, seems to think that's wonderful to go after and attack him. But all these guys, whatever. So, there's that story. And we're going to take a look next at what Wyatt Ranson had to say to my friend. Stay tuned. Check the description for links, and email me, ReverendCrystalCox at gmail, for any more of this story. Or if you're an attorney or anyone that can represent Michael Allmain in a discrimination case. I'm not trying to act as his attorney in any way. Haven't discussed this with him, but I've been through this. Google me, Obsidian Finance Group versus Cox. I've been down this rabbit hole no less than 100 times. And so I know what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep doing it. I don't necessarily need Michael to file things with the state and the county or federally against all these parties. If any attorney wants to be involved in any of this or represent Michael, I'm sure that he would be interested in that. Email me at ReverendCrystalCox at gmail.com, and God bless you all.